So I'm going to begin with talking about, first of all, our healthcare line. How many of you here are concerned about your health? I hope everyone is, because your health is dependent on you. It doesn't depend on anybody. Your spouse can't help you with your health if you don't want to do anything. The doctor tells you to exercise. I cannot tell my dog that go exercise for me so that I can keep fit, because my doctor says I need to exercise. You can't do that. Your health is very dependent on you yourself. You cannot build a robot to exercise for you, can you? It doesn't work that way. So your health is your own concern. So why do we need to take care of our health? One of the things I did as a banker is I lend money, plus I help people manage their money. I've known clients that are really, really well-to-do, but they spend all their life working. And some of them, although they have six-figure bank accounts, that's their regular checking account, 6 figures in there. To them, some of them are not able to enjoy it because their health is not there. So it's no point having all the money in the world and be lying in a hospital bed. That's terrible, right? So you don't want that. So your health is important. So what does Atomy provides you for your health? I only talk about 2 of our key health products. The first one is what is called as hemohim. So why do you need to take hemohim? Your immune system. Is it very important for you all? Yes? No? Immune system is very important, right? If you have a low immune system, what happens? You get sick easily. What happens if you have too active an immune system? For the people who are around my age, I won't tell you how old I am, but around my age, in the past we have never heard of peanut allergies. In fact, asthma was very rare. It was there, but not every time we see a kid comes out and say, he's got asthma. Right? Because the immune system gets too active. Do you know what causes allergies? It's your immune system being too active. That means anything that comes into it, it starts to consider it to be an enemy and fights against it. When your immune system is too active, it fights against yourself. And that's why there's a condition called leukemia, where your blood fights against yourself, and that's dangerous. What does hemohim does? Hemohim modulates your immune system. So if your immune system is too low, hemohim brings it up. If it's too high, it brings it down. Test research through studies, medical research papers, hemohim has been tested on both animals and humans and has indicated that hemohim does all the 4 things that you see up on the screen. I'm not going to go into detail, but basically what it does is that it helps your body to rebuild its immune system. And how does it do that? Your immune system is dependent on your blood, the blood condition you have in your body. The better that blood is, the healthier you become. Your immune system functions better. And so hemohim helps you to produce better blood over time because of the ingredients that is in it. This formula has been tested in cancer hospitals for patients that are undergoing radiation and chemotherapy. What happens when you go through that? When a friend goes through chemo or radiation, what happens? Their immune system becomes compromised. And what happens? They start to get into all the side effects. Some lose hair, some have irritable bowel syndrome, some can't do anything. And even after chemotherapy, you notice that the doctor who prescribed chemotherapy cannot ask you to do it every day. They have to take 1 dose, wait for 4, 5, 6 days, and then take the next dose. Why? Because the immune system is below and cannot help you. If you give a cancer patient chemotherapy every day, they will die the next day because it destroys your system, and your body cannot afford that. And therefore, we need to reboot the immune system. So this was tested. Hemohim was tested at the Korea Cancer Hospital and found that patients who took hemohim versus patients who didn't take, few things happen. First thing is, patients who took hemohim took less time to recover their immune system. That's number one. Number two, people who took hemohim has less side effects. The usual loss of hair, some didn't even have it. So that's the result of testing hemohim in the cancer hospital. That's the power of hemohim. For myself, hemohim helps me with my diabetes. I mentioned that I have diabetes. I've had diabetes for over 15 years. So for those who are in diabetic condition, you know what I'm talking about next. What is the regular sugar count level for a regular person when you go for blood test? It should be 6, right? If you're slightly less than 6, even better. That's what it should be. My count, every time I go for a blood test, Canada is a bit different. My doctor forces me to take a blood test every 3 to 4 months, just because I have diabetes. Every time I go for my blood test for the last 15 years, before hemohim, my reading was between 12 and 14. So a few pharmacy friends of mine told me, Stevie, you should be dead by now. I'm not on injection. Okay? So my problem with treating my diabetes is that the drugs that the doctor gave me causes problem with my digestive system. So I cannot take it regularly. So that's why my sugar level, my blood sugar remains very high, 12 to 14 regularly. So what did I do? Now, don't do this at home. Just not the MC say you can do this at home, but don't do what I do at home, okay? What I did was, I read all the research on hemohim, stopped my doctor's medication completely for 4 months. So I tell you, don't do this, right? For 4 months. Before I did it, I went for blood tests. My reading was 14. I have the paperwork if you want to see it. It was 14. For 4 months, I only took hemohim, no drugs. And I made sure that my lifestyle was the same as what I was before. At the end of 4 months, I went back for my blood test. My reading was 8. So 14 to 8 is a big drop. My doctor looked at me and said, what do you do? I didn't tell him that I gave up on medication. Okay? Now, my blood sugar is almost back to normal. It's between 6 and 7. For people who are in diabetes, this is what the doctor wants you to be, below 7. So, yes, hemohim works, yes. For me, it has worked for me in that manner. Would I recommend my friends to take it? Yes. But is hemohim only for people who are sick? Of course not. If you look at the screen, it tells you people who want energy get hemohim. The first time I took hemohim, I realized that my energy went up. For those who have diabetes, you know that by afternoon, between 3 to 4 o'clock, you zone out. Not that you want to. It's just that your sugar goes crazy. You just don't know what to do. And so you get tired. When I first took hemohim, that's why I realized my energy was up. So this is good. And it has helped me since then to maintain what it is. So physical fatigue, if you are tired all the time, you need hemohim. Whether you are a student, whether you're an elderly person, hemohim will help you. If you have any immune system problems, over time, hemohim will help you. Now, hemohim is not a miracle drug. It is a supplement. How many can you take? As many as you want. Really, there's no limit. But the end of it all is that it will take time for it to work. Because to refresh your blood in your body, how many days does it take? 120 days for blood to be replenished in your body, completely replaced. It will take at least that long for anything to really happen. So hemohim is something you should really consider taking. Every year, if you ask my wife, I will have one major flu season where I will go crazy. One whole week, I'll be lying in bed. For the last 2 years, I haven't had to do that at all. So that's how hemohim works for me. And I encourage you to